Time for another ramble session, my favorite. So, I think the last video, so take two to iCandy's YouTube channel / my ramble session.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. I don't like saying like and subscribe in the videos because everybody that makes a video wants you to do that, and everyone says that. So if you,
what do you want to say? Smash the like button like Taylor?
no, if I'm watching a video and I'm like, I like it, and they don't mention liking or subscribing, I do it because I like to support them, and I don't do it because they ask me. So don't like and subscribe because I'm asking you to. Do it because you want to.
All right, as you guys can see, we got Carlos's 50 Chevy here. We're actually going to finally deliver this thing today. It's been sitting here for about a month now. Our schedules didn't jive together very well, so we stored it here until we could actually figure something out. We got Rob from Lindsay Towing, who saved the day, who's on his way here right now. The only guy we use to tow any vehicle we have. He's just super good, total professional, and he's going to take care of getting us over to Carlos at his house, and we'll be on to the next job. All right, so I got a piece here for Steven's welding truck. I really like the way my son laid down the booth coating the other day, or last week, whenever that was. Seemed like he's got a lot of potential with that arm, so I'm going to get him in the booth and turn him loose with the spray gun, let him start shooting some of this epoxy primer for us and see if this is something he can do, and sit back and watch with you guys and evaluate and hope for the best, I guess. So I'm gonna go get him right now and let him come in here and knock this out. Engines first. Engines first.
Let's see how you do under pressure. Oh, yeah. I've been wanting this forever. I've been in the field with whatever they throw at me. Brush it off, pick myself up, moving on to the better. Hey, yeah. Ain't no errors, baby, it's a new era. I wake up early, feeling rich like I'm Kesha. I get to the paper, boy. Extra, extra. Walk with me, you know that I got it. Come with me, let's take a trip to the islands. We up on the jet, we'll do more than just fly on it. Stand on that hill, you gon' die on it. Baby, I'm not one of them, you should try on it. Miss me with all that, I'm on it and next. Whip this up, I send you back to your ex. But good luck with that, this is big as it gets. Ayy, let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. Give them a name to remember. Ayy, let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. A moment can live on forever. They don't let me shoot a whole clip. Firepower in this coalition. We just turned the field into a demolition. It was desolate, but I had premonition. I was training for war, every exhibition, every extra mission, every enemy listening. Get off my dick, I got bad intentions. Make it right every wrong, and I'm back with a vengeance. I show you the ropes. Peace in my town, I can show you the coast. Up in the shots if they wanted to smoke. If you know, then you know. Suited up, my whole team do the same. Don't you forget who created the game. Ready for war, I was born with grenades. The trenches where soldiers are made. Let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. Give them a name to remember. Hey, let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. A moment can live on forever. Let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. Give them a name to remember. Hey, let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. A moment can live on forever.
I get it.
Forget where Jeremy gets the kit from, but modern hinges and a latch in this truck. Look at that, one finger. So when I left you guys off last time, I welded the plate in, I ground down the welds. There's a big pinch weld right here, and the pinch weld is where the two panels come together and they're spot welded. And then that gives us a clearance issue with our tubs. So I cut that completely off. And once I got the hood matching the fender where I wanted, I moved it around quite a bit. I'd actually drill out some spot welds and move the skin to the structure, the inner structure. I welded that solid. And up here, there's the same thing, and I haven't done it yet, but I'm gonna cut that off as well because it just doesn't need to be there. And next, I haven't finished this because I'm gonna do the entire front of the hood at once. That's why it's not finished, but this corner, the shape was completely off to the fender. It was just the wrong shape. So I cut a chunk out, and I actually had to go in there. This is actually 3 layers instead of 2. I took the second layer completely out and used like a hammer and a dolly and beat it out, and then I primed it, welded that back in once I got it where I liked it, hammered around the other piece, and then I made this piece, and that wasn't really fancy. I'm not trying to sound like great because I made this piece. It was pretty simple. And then I used a piece of welding rod to give me my contour. And as I was doing it, I kept checking it and shutting it and making sure it was following the fender. Basically what I do is hit down here and pull up on the front because it dove down. And once I did that, I got a much better shape. And the edge of this hood really dove in. So I pulled that up as well. And Frank probably filmed this earlier. When you get down and look at the grill, I have a very wide gap right here, and I'm touching here. So that's why I haven't finished it, because I'm gonna do both sides at the same time. I'm gonna move the edge of the hood up. So it probably won't be completely even, but it's not gonna touch, and it's gonna have a nice crown to it and look very symmetrical, very even. And then after that, oh, never mind, that's a story for another day. Getting into making the grill fit the fender. So if you look at, this is like really, I know a lot of these things maybe viewers don't see and go, oh, I don't know what they're talking about, but like this body line is terrible. This is like really, really far off. There was a lot of shims in this fender to get it to fit. The rocker panel has kind of, it looks like an eyelet, and that's where the bottom and the fender bolts up. So I just got back there like a caveman with a big hammer and moved it out, and my fender fits the rocker nice now. It fits the bottom of the door. So now that I got that fixed, oh, and also I took this door off in this, you know, there's like kind of, can't show it. The shell, like the structure of this door is probably in here. It's not right to the edge, it's probably in here. So I took it, in a lot of these doors in other cars and trucks, not just these, well, what's called panel dive or baby butt. It's where the two panels aren't straight together. They kind of dive in. So took the door off, put it on a stand, and I took a dolly, held where the structure was, and I took a hammer and hit the edge of the skin and pulled that skin out. So when I take my flexible straight edge, that now it has a nice shape in that when you look down the side of this truck, the door and the fender will look like one panel. This body line's really terrible both ways. The gap is pretty terrible and this line is way off. So where I want the line, I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna hammer the skin down and maybe use a piece of rod to get my this curve back in, weld that up. Maybe I'll take the fender, maybe I'll probably tack it in place and make sure that this is nice and straight. And I'll probably take it off to weld it, because that way I can weld the front and the back side, and we'll make sure we can get epoxy on that so there's no bare metal. These aftermarket hood hinges that are great that I talked about before bolt to the cowl. And the cowl can be different. So I took I went over to Trade 5 and stole a piece of metal, don't tell them. Probably like a 1/4 inch. I pretty much brought the washers over and said, okay, this is the right thickness. Cut it out the exact shape of the bottom of the hinge and drilled the holes where the bolts go so it'll all match. And that way we don't have a stack of washers in there that A, looks ugly, and B, when this truck gets put together and taken apart, oh no, was it 4 washers? Was it 5 washers? How do you get that in there? Oh no, a washer fell down into the cowl. Now I have a nice plate. It's gonna disperse the weight out better and just be, the amount of time it took to make it will be very, I think, well spent. And while the camera's over here, I got some shims at the top, and I have them up here so I can take them out and put them in easy, and so I know they're there. And I would really love to have this truck to not have any shims. I already eliminated the shims at the bottom, so I can do that 2 ways, and I'm not sure which way I'm gonna do it yet, but I'm gonna start and see which way is better. This skin is spot welded to the inner structure, so I might drill those spot welds out, bolt up my inner structure with no shims, move the skin out, weld it back together, or I might make a couple of relief cuts and hammer the structure in and then weld that back. So I'm not sure which I'm gonna do, but when the time comes, I'm gonna pick the best way. So on the other side, I had to modify the front, and this one's exactly the same. I'm gonna have to modify it the exact same way. The same shape is off, it doesn't match. We're too tight back here, and where I talked about the pinch being there, I already cut that off, and this is still loose. So I'll be able to move this where I want. I've left it open like that. I could not get away from modifying these 2 sections on that side. I knew I had to do it, but this entire middle on that side is good. I'm not gonna have to cut it, maybe do a little bit of hammer and dolly, some body work, but no major surgery, cutting and adding metal. So, but this side is way off, so I'm gonna have to cut that and add some metal. But I made sure, when I'm doing this, I'm gonna really make sure that my fender's exactly where I want it and the hood's exactly where I want it. So that way when I'm cutting and gapping, I can do it once and make sure that it's all in the right way.
quiet for a minute, I've been grinding, still in it, I've been counting these digits. Excuse me, I know I've been quiet for a minute, but I'm back on my business. If you see me, don't trip, just excuse me. Wrong if I do, wrong if I don't. That's why I do me no matter what, so excuse me. Lie if I do, lie if I don't. The proof is in the story, take a seat and excuse me. The crash came when the cash came. Spend it before you get it, like those rookies all on draft day. For the love like it's match game. Hit the ground running, really do it for my last name. They act different when the facts change. I'm not with the tip for tag games. In my own league, I don't chase game. In my own league, I don't hang with lanes. I know I've been quiet for a minute, I've been grinding, still in it, I've been counting these digits. Excuse me, I know I've been quiet for a minute, but
Alright, so I finally got the front end of this truck all gapped out. It was a lot of work, using aftermarket hood hinges and just trying to get all that to work. These fenders, the fender to the hood on these is a little bit funky. It's not like a traditional truck that you can just split and open or close the gaps up. You kind of gotta, they're on an angle, so it's really a pain in the butt to gap these trucks. But I finally got it all done, got it looking good, and now I can finally retire from doing auto body and paint. Yeah, so the screws for the
ends of the grill weren't quite right here, so I had to cut this and move the mounting holes for those down on both sides. Had to trim and move this side of the hood up on this side because it was touching the grill. I had to relief cut and re-weld the back of the hood because it was all puckered up in the middle. I had to beat the center of the hood out because it looked like someone's set a box on it for 25 years. And yeah, just a lot of cutting and re-welding, but finally got most of it done. Still a little bit of cleanup work to do, but for the most part, it is looking a lot better than it did. Next is just probably metal work, getting the dents all worked out. I kind of hammer and dollied most of the hood out today, but I'm sure it still needs a little bit of work. The roof is pretty caved in, so that needs to be all hammer and dollied out. And then from there, just prepping it, metal finishing it for epoxy. I think we're just gonna spot epoxy most of it, just because it's already in powder coat primer, so.
Tell them not to forget to subscribe.
Don't forget to smash that like button.
I think my brain is like totally fried from how hot it is.
Yeah, I felt weird the last couple days.
It's been really hot. Okay, so great progress on both these trucks, Victor's and Stevens this week. Hopefully by the end of next week, they're both gonna be really, really close with the metal work. We're gonna start back on Larry's C10 bed here as well next week. Starting Monday, we're gonna start getting the body work to the exterior panels knocked out. I moved on to the passenger side of the dually. I got the driver's side, the roof knocked out. I got the hood adjusted. So hopefully next week I can be a lot further along, if not finished with the body work. I still haven't decided what I'm gonna do about the tailgate. Of course, I still have not decided on the color. Next week, maybe I'll have an answer, maybe I won't. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next video.
Excuse me, lie if I do, lie if I don't. The proof is in the story, take a seat and excuse me. Now how could that be? Talking about who can be talking about me. Feeling like Stretch where I got all this reach. Feeling too blessed when I step on these beats. Nah, how could that be? I could beat the pressure, I could beat the 2-3. Jab, jab, hook, then I duck and I weave. It was never you, it was me versus me. I know I've been quiet for a minute, I've been grinding, still in it, I've been counting these digits. Excuse me, I know I've been quiet for a minute, but I'm back on my business. If you see me, don't trip, just excuse me. Wrong if I do, wrong if I don't. That's why I do me no matter what, so excuse me. Lie if I do, lie if I don't. The proof is in the story, take a seat and excuse me. Better up, get some, swinging for the fences, I might leave it in the sun. Every pitch a home run, stack a couple tickets just to leave it to my son. Take it back while I be gone. Small city kid, couldn't dream a bigger one. A marathon, never run. Check the scoreboard, how I'm feeling like I won. I know I've been quiet for a minute, I've been grinding, still in it, I've been counting these digits. Excuse me, I know I've been quiet for a minute, but I'm back on my business. If you see me, don't trip, just excuse me. Wrong if I do, wrong if I don't. That's why I do me no matter what, so excuse me. Lie if I do, lie if I don't. The proof is in the story, take a seat and excuse me.